This week, the French state nuclear company Orano announced that the junta, which deposed France ally President Mohamed Bazoum in a coup in July 2023, has taken operational control of its local mining firm, Samar. The company's efforts to resume exports have for months been blocked by the regime, and it is being pushed into financial crisis. And the impact could be felt more widely, although Niger accounts for less than 5% of the uranium produced globally in 2022. It accounted for a quarter of the supply to nuclear power plants across Europe. So you see, Europe needs Niger's uranium for their nuclear power plants across Europe in order to generate light and for their nuclear programs too. So the timing could hardly be more awkward as Western countries struggle to meet the challenge of climate change, you see, and cut their carbon emissions from electricity generation. So you see, this is one of the reasons why French could not easily let Niger go, because Niger is like a gold mine for France and Europe, because they need Niger more than ever for the challenges they face with climate change and to cut carbon emissions from electricity generations. For French President Emmanuel Macron, already wrestling with political crisis at home, the potential departure of Orano from Niger is certainly awkward in image terms. For it coincides with the brushing news from other long-standing African partners. Chad has suddenly announced the ending of a defense agreement with Paris, while Senegal has confirmed its insistence on the eventual closure of the French military base in Dakar. This is to show you that Africans are beginning to wake up, and Africans want to take back their total sovereignty, take back their country, dictate how things should be done in their country, because Africans are beginning to understand that wherever this, be it France, be it England, be it any country, all these foreign countries have their military base, come in disguise of helping you to end insurgents. Even after years of being there, these insurgencies became far worse than it was before they came in. So, and you cannot expect people that created your problem to profess solution or bring solution that will end your problem. But in any case, the crisis facing Orano in Niger presents a significant practical change for French energy supply. So you see, Chad is ending its defense part with Paris, and Senegal is doing same. I'm applauding all these countries. It shows that the leaders that are in these countries are beginning to understand things far better than some of the puppets that were in the corridors of power in their countries, who were just there to represent the interests of the West. It is good at this point in time. Africa needs to be free. Africa needs to be liberated. And if our ancestors did it in the past by uniting themselves and fighting for each other's not totally independence, we can even do far better when we get ourselves more united and fight for true independence of Africa in all totality, and let Africa be totally redeemed. With 18 nuclear plants totaling 56 reactors, which generate almost 65% of its electricity, France has been ahead of the game in containing carbon emissions from the power sector. So you see, France alone has 18 nuclear plants totaling 56 reactors, which generates 65% of its electricity. So you see why they needed Niger's uranium at all costs. That's why it was very hard for them to let go. But the country's own limited production of uranium ended more than 20 years ago. So their own France production of uranium ended 20 years ago. So it means that the last 20 years is Niger's uranium that have been servicing these their 18 nuclear plants and their 56 reactors and producing 65% of its electricity. That is to show you that since Niger threw them out last year, electricity prices would have skyrocketed in France. It is time for Africa. Africa must be liberated. Africa must be united to cut the last imperialist chains.